'cause we'll start falling, 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 'cause we'll start falling, 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 'cause we'll start falling.
Can I break this hold from you? It would mean everything to me if I do. Tired of hearing excuses you're making. Future is set, it is mine for the taking.
delicious.
I've been holding on for so long, I can't remember why. The fire's gone, I'm all burnt out, the embers have gone dry. I don't need your love to carry on. I don't need your love to make me strong. No. I've got courage to guide me through the dark. I've got courage
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I am Ultrism, and I'm finally getting my chance to cast the Invitational six-man tournament. I'm joining Elf, the ever-present, ever-wonderful man. Elf, how are you doing on this fantastic night?
I'm doing amazing, Alton. Here we have it, the RLX Rocket League Xpress South African community organization that has been started up just recently. I think Friday they had their website launched. And I'm just so glad that the Rocket League South African scene is growing so quick and so fast. And also, what do you think about this movement in the South African Rocket League community?
Oh man, I love it. Every time we get an extra person saying, you know what, Rocket League is quite an important game. I mean, it's just growing left, right, and center, like you say. And what an opportunity for these guys. And I must admit, I've taken a look through that website, and it's so cool. It's not just the standard. I know I'm biased because this is the stream, but like as an independent person, they've got all the news and the updates. They've got the links to the videos. They've got reviews of the videos. And the feature I definitely like the most is that tip of the day, where it's so cool that you can go along and go, okay, you know, some of the tips, depending on your skill level, you know, but some of them are actually like really cool. And you're like, hang on, really? I mean, I'm a platinum player, and I was sitting there going, wow, I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think coming from the VXP squad, which DF, the man himself, that is one of the owners or creators of this organization, they also like high platinum, diamond players, and they know their stuff regarding the tips of the day. So let's see what these two teams are going to be. This is going to be Biltong versus Droëwors, keeping it a little bit of South African flavor, because not everybody knows what's Biltong and Droëwors when you're internationals, but for those who don't know, it's basically dried meat. And yeah, so that's just giving that bit of a more South African flavor to it. And just quickly for taking you guys to the format of this specific tournament, or should I rather say the six-mans as it's labeled. It's invitational, so the players get picked. My English is failing me tonight. The players get picked by DF and them, and then let's see, the players picked for tonight would be the Pro Noob, which is also the only PlayStation 4 player here, Arson, Nianfo, Magoo, Lazy, and NoClip, and all of those names which is top players in the South African scene.
No, I must admit, I'm excited to get to see these guys playing. I mean, it's nice to see them in a competitive environment and see what these guys really do when the teams get together and they practice for hundreds of hours together. Then you see some amazing team plays and passes and everything. But this is a way more chilled atmosphere where the guys get to come in, show off things, maybe do a couple of freestyles. I know a couple of players, not mentioning any names, Nianfo, that like to show off sometimes. If they're a goal or two up, then they go for that nice little spin in the air. And it's just, I love getting to see a competitive environment, but with guys who you don't always see play together. And it's so nice to see the way the different play styles intermesh in this sort of environment.
That's something you mentioned just now, the play styles intermeshing. We had another randoms tournament just the other day where we just registered and they went onto a website and they just clicked random and they took the top 3 to be in a team, the next 3 to be in a team, etc. And I must admit, I was quite intrigued to see how the chemistry worked between some of these players and how the chemistry didn't work between others. And I think for the players themselves, and it's also quite good, you know, like just feeling out how other players play. Not like you don't do that when you go solo standard in this game, but I think this is just a bit more relaxing, maybe. You know it's your friends, you know it's part of the community, it's not someone random that's gonna D-rank you. So I think this is just so chilled, as you also mentioned.
Elf, I have to ask, you've been casting a couple of these events now, and you got the chance to cast different players and everything. I have to ask, long term, how do you think these guys are going to deal, having played with these guys? Do you think it affects the way they're going to play against them in the upcoming competitions?
It's quite a difficult one to ask, but just quickly looking there, NoClip's ping, Nianfo's ping, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a friendly, so let's see what's going to happen here. I don't think that it's gonna affect them that much, but we see Magoo faking it out. in the start of it already. But yeah, let's.
Man, I miss this old underpass stadium here. Yes, those slopes, and when you combine that with a puck and rumble, I'm sure we're in for some chaos in this game now. We see it starting to get flipped back and around. Arson trying to get into the goals there. Bounce up, and Arson's there under it, but on the wrong side of the puck, actually. Manages to pop it up into the center. Bronu gets it into the corner, and it slides out. Man, that puck is impossible.
The puck is definitely impossible to read, and especially when you combine it with something like the mode of rumble, as we see Nianfo getting the first goal of the match. And just for anybody tuning in now, or just saying what's going to happen, why are these guys playing rumble when it's this competitive type of tournament? This is the warm-up game, the first warm-up game. Thereafter they'll play a normal game of Rocket League, which will be the second normal game, obviously, the second warm-up game, and then the best of 7 between these two teams will start, and that's when the real stuff will start. And I'm curious to see how this rumble match will affect the play style of these players in the long term.
It's a completely different mentality. I mean, geez, there's a nice use of the fist there, but in with puck, you don't jump. Whereas the normal game, that could mess you up completely. You've also got rumble, so you know you play a little bit back, play around the special abilities more than, you know, just playing Rocket League. So, and now you've got the slope, so your entire rotation game is off. If you wanted a mode that was going to mess up a person's normal Rocket League as much as possible, this is certainly it.
Most definitely. And even myself trying to keep up here with the players, doing the camera work, it's so, I won't even say it's difficult, but it's just like weird. You don't know where this puck is going, you don't know where this stuff is going at all. Like with the normal Rocket League, you can still like say, okay, this is the play, this is what's going to happen, and try to follow that. But ooh, look at the bounce on that puck. Is gravity changed, or is the low bounciness just on the puck?
Oh, wow. And there we have a pinch shot. Nianfo calculated that all the way, as he claims in chat there. Just actually goes up and manages to follow it for ages to get it. It does seem like it's more bouncy than normal, because normally it hits one of those edges and just dies. So I think the bounciness of the puck itself, I think gravity's normal.
Yeah, I think so as well, but let's see what's going to happen here. Even our guys there in chat claimed to put on the bounciness a bit more, not bounciness, the gravity a little bit more, as we now see. Oh yeah, this ball is definitely much more bouncy. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, poor Arson being boosted, not being much he can do being boosted. That's one of the worst stuff to happen to you. As we see Magoo left the match.
These spikes have always been overpowered, and he gets a nice little discus throw with that actually. Now it's Lazy's turn, but he gets taken out by NoClip. Is this a soccer match or an online?
Oh, this is what's happening here. Pro Noob now having the hammer, and NoClip also having, oh, what a shot, but just missing the net as it hits the side post and actually goes back to his own net, and Nianfo able to save it just in time as Arson takes this ball away. And the pace of this rumble game actually starting to pick up so much now.
I think as the guys get more and more used to the bounciness of the puck and how to play around it, they're certainly connecting a lot more evenly. We haven't actually seen, like, considering the puck is so hard to work with, I would have thought, oh, we see there Nianfo trying for the upside down shot. I must admit, as with how bouncy this puck is and how difficult it is to work around, I would have thought we would have seen a lot more domination from all the spikes. But we actually haven't seen a single goal out of spikes. Now we see the Pro Noob trying to get hold of it. He does manage to get it onto his roof, but taken away nicely by Magoo and his rappling hook.
Magoo coming in hot there, and Pro Noob never expecting that as Nianfo tries to take a shot, but not really being able to do anything with that, as it's quickly dealt with by the team of Biltong. As another thing is, oh, Magoo with the plunger turns that away.
Oh man, that plunger can just come out of nowhere. Swings it around, calculates it perfectly. You couldn't get it more centered to the goals than that, and there's no way anyone from the side of Droëwors would be able to compete with that. If you guys are wondering, Biltong is the team on blue. It is made up of Lazy, Magoo, and NoClip. And Droëwors, our second randomized team, contains Arson, Nianfo, and the Pro Noob, all on orange.
Oh, Magoo trying to get this one censored, but a good freeze coming down there from someone in the Droëwors team. As we now have Nianfo trying to do that skill or flashy shot you were talking about just earlier. And now you see once again Nianfo getting this ball center. Will anything happen from this? That's the real question, as Lazy got the spikes up. And this ball was actually pulled away from net by a Droëwors player.
Must have been calculated that, you know, they wanted to just run down the clock a little bit more. With 14 seconds left, NoClip actually a phenomenal aerial play in his own right. They can't get it up, and a great save there by Nianfo. I keep wanting to call him Twitch because of his stupid name. So, as we see the clock coming down, Droëwors is your first winner in this first just warm-up, fun match. And now we're going to be going, if I'm not mistaken, into the normal match, just so the teams can get back into Rocket League Standard.
Exactly, so they're definitely going into the normal ones now. And let's see what's going to happen when they go into this one. But just before that, Alt, what do you think about the Rumble match we just saw? I mean, there's Lazy in chat. He says AIDS is AIDS. I'm pretty sure he's saying this Rumble mode is just Rumble at its best. But, I mean, what do you think about having this Rumble and then having to go back to normal?
Like I said, if you ever wanted to make a mode that truly stuffs up your game and how you predict balls bouncing and everything like that, this is it. But I love it just to see what these guys can do. It was amazing to see how uncalculated all the shots can be, and that's what actually got Droëwors through. Was Nianfo scored 2 shots that, you know, he wasn't calculating at all, I think. And it's so fun to see that, and it just shows what sort of chaos you can get in these Rumble modes.
Exactly that. And now we start to get ready for game number 2, or should I say warm-up number 2, as these teams are pretty much warmed up by Rumble. I'm not sure how warmed up you can be after Rumble, but nonetheless, they are ready, I hope, as we see they're all just waiting there patiently. And I'm quite curious to know why are they just waiting? Are they waiting for us, or maybe just waiting, or just chilling, listening to some music? I've got no idea. Do you know why these players are doing whatever they're doing?
I got no message. I saw Lazy there was struggling, where he kept having like a second controller or something adding, because it kept coming up Lazy number 2 in. And if he's flipping between normal screen and split screen halfway through a match, that could be a little difficult to play around. So maybe he's just trying to sort that out. I don't know if anyone's trying to sort out their ping after that last one, but I'm sure these guys are just waiting for the go-ahead. I don't know if DF the man, if he has any news for the guys, or they all seem to just be sitting there. And we have our first join, so seems both go ahead either way, and we finally get to see proper Rocket League. And I've got to say, you know these players pretty well. Do you have a favorite team for this? I know Cast is supposed to be unbiased, but do you have a underdog team and a favorite team from that respect going into these matches?
That's a pretty nice question. I will have to go with Biltong taking it at the end. Just because of where is Nianfo? He is in Droëwors' side, I believe. Yes, he is indeed. So just because Nianfo is in the side of Droëwors, I will go with Biltong to be the
Fair
favorites.
enough. I mean, they've got some incredible players. I mean, Magoo there being in one of the, I think, top 2 teams in SA is Red Neptune. If not like highly contested for number 1. And we actually see now a turnaround goal, Nianfo putting it up there, and Lazy at the back there just can't get up to this ball. He tries to do the jump, but is actually starting backwards. So not really too much that you could ask for him at that stage. But you know, both these teams have great players, and that's the beauty of watching these games and getting to cast these games is you never know who's going to pull off an amazing shot. NoClip there showing some amazing aerial prowess, puts it down to the corner, Magoo can't finish it off and cleared out by Arson. But like NoClip just showing there, what a force to be reckoned with.
NoClip is known for his aerial play and Magoo as well, so that might make a lethal combo between those two. And Lazy also always being that predator at the back, waiting to strike from the back. So now let's see if Arson can get the pass down to Pro Noob, who touches the ball, but actually a brilliant clear there from the side of Biltong. As we now have the Pro Noob once again trying to do something there with this ball, but no. As I bashed Nianfo, telling I'll back the Biltong team, he comes and shows, listen here, Elf, I'm putting the caster's curse on you and I'm going to score. And isn't that always like that? When a caster calls something, he gets scored on, or anything happens just opposite to what I say.
So in other words, when I'm busy, wanting my team to win in any competition, I should just tell them that they're playing terribly and that they can't do anything. And then, they can score a goal. Like, look at this. Arson actually squeaking it down, trying to get into the bottom left-hand corner. Can't manage to do anything though as Magoo takes it up, and Nianfo is there to shut him down. NoClip has to turn around and make a quick save there.
And then NoClip after his save got a bit demolished for his efforts, but nonetheless Magoo with a brilliant crack over shot, but Nianfo getting in the way of it. Such quick defense coming from Nianfo as NoClip now takes this ball to the side, just making sure nothing's going to happen here. And Nianfo again getting the pass down to Arson. Will Arson be able to capitalize with a pass to the center? He won't, but now Nianfo put it to Magoo. Magoo to the left hand side of the field. He goes for the shot, but just to the left of the post.
Certainly seems like neither of these teams has been shaken by that Rumble experience, because they're both pulling off incredible plays. I mean, this aerial playing from both teams is great. Very consistent saves. I mean, besides Lazy's one jump there where he tried really hard and actually got pretty close to it, we haven't seen any missed saves. They've all been off pretty impressive shots. They've still managed to hold that defense solid in a very low scoring game, considering 3 minutes in.
Well, that said, we're still in the first warm-up game and we're already seeing these shots coming throughout. So I'm just curious to see what they're going to do in a best-of-7 environment where, I mean, that said, these guys never played each other, or not played each other, but as in with team formats.
Yeah, these guys haven't played with each other, and I think that's going to be a big contributing factor to see who's going to come out on top, is how fast can these guys adapt to that mentality. They're all good with their own teams. These guys can all play exceptionally well with their own teams, with guys they practice, as NoClip puts it into the bottom right hand corner, leaves Nianfo standing in the middle of the goals here. Just no chance to get up to this 105 km/h shot into that corner. No one's going to get to it. So I think that's definitely going to be what makes or breaks these teams, is not which team has the individual skill. Both teams have great players. And I think it's really going to be about how they learn to use each other. And it could very well happen that we go, 2 games up for one side, and then the other team just clicks and brings it back.
That's something interesting. I haven't thought about that, but oh, look at the pass back to NoClip. Magoo already being there, but just seeing that chemistry starting to work with Lazy, immediately seeing that Magoo or NoClip was ready for the pass and puts it down. Unfortunately for him, there was already some defense, but nonetheless, just the idea of that coming through is already showing some grounds to work on.
This chemistry is incredible for how little these guys have actually played together. I mean, I don't think we've seen one double commit in any of these games, and I mean, all the way up to RLCS standard teams. There we Arson now, just not able to get up to the soft little lofted shot into the top right hand corner. Manages to pinch it up here off the Pro Noob's pass, and then just slots it into the top just below their crossbar. And with 34 seconds, Tong actually has this game in the bag. It is still a warm-up match, but it's certainly, you do want to have that momentum going into the proper best of 7.
Exactly, and that is exactly why they do have this warm-up, not only to find the chemistry, but also to just get that little bit of a momentum going. So, as I said, I favor the team of Biltong for this win of the best of 7 at the end of the day. I'm gonna try and back this by another fact, bringing up Nianfo once again. Nianfo has yet to win any 6-man invitational he played in.
Oh, and when you've been playing four out of the 6, I mean, this is the 6th one now, and it's his 4th try. That means out of the 3 he's played, he's lost every one, and I don't know what that means about his play. I'm not going to say anything because this man has my own personal cell phone number, and I know he would have something to say if I gave him any sort of trouble with it. So, Nianfo, I'm going to back your team for tonight. You're a Biltong fan there, Mr. Elf. I'm going to go for Droëwors then.
Okay, well, then there we have it. Nianfo being such a great player in his own sense, but still, as I said, with him not being able to win a few times, I'm thinking that maybe that luck will, or should I say unlucky for him, but still will carry on, and hopefully for Magoo and them, they will take it home and be my team of the day. So, I mean, we do have to have some costless rivalry here, so...
Yeah, of course. It's just not my fault that you have terrible taste in teams, so it's fine.
I'm gonna hear this later on, am I not?
Well, it depends. I'm gonna look really stupid because this is going on to a VOD, so you can just send me the link every day. Just, you know, replay that statement every time if my team loses. So come on, Orange team, I know you can do this. I wonder if the guys, if you guys are just joining us, this is the inaugural Rocket League Xpress South Africa tournament. We've had 5-6 mans before, but this is the first one officially held by the Rocket League Xpress. These guys, go ahead, check out that website. It keeps you up to date with everyday action, tips of the day, whole bunch of Rocket League tournaments and content that you really don't want to miss. So worth going ahead, give them a like, follow them on Twitter for all their updates and everything. As we see, going to the first game, that's my man Nianfo starting it off here. Go Droëwors.
A little bit of miss there by NoClip on the wall, but nonetheless, great shot. Doing the flashy plays you were talking about, turning his car around and trying to hit that with the bottom of his car into net. And we now have kickoff once again, but this time the kickoff has been won by Biltong, as NoClip will try to go up for this, but Arson beats him to it. And bit of a double commitment there from the Biltong side of things, and what a big shot coming from Droëwors' Arson, or was it ProNoob getting the clear there? And now we see NoClip and Magoo, but they're challenging each other there in the midfield as a great shot comes in from Magoo, but blocked by the noob.
Really good play by both sides at this stage. They're just really aware of where their other players are, which is amazing considering how little they play it, and the fact that they should have no chemistry, but that just shows what a good player can do. Is you can pick up any random teammates, and that's why Rocket League has all these, you know, random search for teammates and everything. As we see a trickle shot going down, is the ProNoob going to be able to get there? NoClip is unable to finish it off. ProNoob manages to squeak out a save at the last second. Now it's Nianfo up for a dribble, manages to beat Lazy, tries to cut it in, take the shot. Actually does fake out NoClip, but doesn't get any connection on it, which means it doesn't go in. And, you know, you can fake out all the players you want, but if you don't hit the ball towards the net, you're not scoring the goal.
It needs to hit the net to get those points. So as we see Magoo trying to go for the dribble around the wall, but not being able to capitalize on it, and once again goes through the ball there. And Nianfo actually being faked out a bit, doing 2 roundabout turns there, and this time Magoo gets a nice touch to it, puts it to the center field. And now Lazy putting this up high, dangerous play, NoClip trying to do something with this, Magoo not having any boost, and now this ball just drifts away. NoClip still not having any boost. This team from Biltong is totally boost off at this stage of the game.
Oh man, Nianfo has been relentless on that, just making sure. But I have to just give Droëwors this. They've had some incredible rotations. I mean, they were attacking the whole way. As I say that, they leave the goals open. Man, I was about to give them such good credit to being able to go from attack to defense so quickly. And then they made one good clear out, got shut down by Lazy on the wall, and just no one seemed to expect that. No one was back in goals. And Biltong manages to level the series.
I mean, I just have to chuckle after that. That Caster's Curse just came through. As you want to compliment the team on good rotation, They get scored on by bad rotation, and Lazy comes through with a cracker of a shot after NoClip dunks this one and puts it onto the backboard. Brilliant shot from Lazy, placing that so close to the corner, but nonetheless, no one in net. It doesn't really matter. The ball is in the back of the net.
Oh man, apparently I'm not just a caster's curse. I have like an entire prophecy around these guys of doom. That I can, oh my god, there's three! There's three after I've just complimented my team. Droëwors, you are looking so strong. What happened, friends?
As we see a little bit of lag on my side. There we go. Unfortunately, you missed the goal there on the replay. But nonetheless, Magoo scored a cracker after a brilliant pass from Lazy. And 3-1 is the score in favor of Biltong. And oh, this might be dangerous as NoClip ran into the side post there. And nothing's going to get followed up. But Nianfo actually getting the pin shot. And now we have NoClip on the wall. He's going to try and carry this a bit. Now pass it to Magoo. As I said, the aerial play between these two is going to be crazy tonight. As Lazy puts this on the backboard so close. And Pro Noob dealt with just pushing us to the side. NoClip with another shot onto the side post. And the pressure coming from Biltong is so much at this stage. I have no idea how Droëwors is keeping this out of net.
That was quite a relentless attack there, I must admit. And just, oh no, yes! I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to have a favorite. I mean, yes, good attempt there by the side of Biltong. They tried incredibly, really well. Pro Noob manages to get it up now and actually takes a good shot on net, puts it into the center and gets the goal. What a long play by him, manages to take it up the wall, gets a nice little touch, reads that no one's going to challenge him, gets another touch and puts it into the center. NoClip's there. NoClip actually may have had the chance to make that save, but Lazy puts it around him there to slot it into the goals. Really nice bit of play, and it seems that Droëwors is not out of this yet.
A bit of unfortunate attack there coming from the side of Biltong, but Lazy comes in once again. What a shot from Lazy. Definitely not Lazy at this stage of the match, as he's got another goal towards his name, and the Pro Noob not having any chance at scoring that, or saving that rather, as the next kickoff is underway with a cool goal. Oh, let's see, someone said DDO saying, and Nianfo just sit there not really being able to do anything, so I wonder if his ping might have spiked.
He's currently sitting at 608, so yeah, that I can pretty much give it to him that he's struggling. And I don't know what the format is here, but you can see he's just driving around doing absolutely nothing. He's not that he was doing much in the beginning of the game. Letting my team down. Come on, Nian.
A little bit of burns coming through there.
No, it's just a case of, you know, there I was like, they're not out of it yet. And again, the caster's curse. I really need to be worried. This is like a superpower. Am I going to use it for bad or good, though?
That's the big question you have to ask yourself. Let us see.
I think after this match, we're probably going to have to let Nianfo just join. You can see he's getting a little bit frustrated by this. His ping is going back up, sitting at about 400. So this is a best of 7. You know, both teams have a long time to still go. It seems like Biltong, though, going so well together. I mean, like you were saying, NoClip and Magoo are getting such a lot of good aerial play. Magoo's a very trusting player. He plays really well with this team because he actually jumps and starts boosting to balls before they're hit, before they're even in the air, and then making a couple of corrections as he needs to go, but trusting his teammates to get the good pass off. And I mean, he's doing that here as well. There, you saw it. He saw NoClip was going to get a second touch, jumped into the center, and that's huge when it comes to beating the other team because their team jumps, you know, trying to commit for a shot and getting up quickly to it. But when you've got a 2-second head start on the guy, he's got no chance of this. NoClip actually making a rotational play.
What a brilliant shot!
And he gets it in off the wall with the spin in the middle.
Brilliant little flashy play coming from NoClip. What an exceptional play. As you were busy talking about him being able to do this stuff, he comes in and says, listen, I'm not going to disappoint your casters because this time, this is how it's going to roll. And he puts it in with a brilliant cracker of a shot. And Biltong takes game number 1 here in this best of 7.
Damn, 1 game in we're already seeing freestyles, we're seeing off-the-wall shots, we're seeing dribble plays. See a little bit of struggling there by Droëwors. But I throw for Nianfo coming out in the chat there. But really nice bit of play by both of these teams. And I'm very excited for the rest of this series.
Myself included, I have no idea what this series will have in store. If Nianfo comes back with better ping, hopefully for him, better ping. Let's see, I don't know, what do you think about the not the chemistry, the feeling that the team from Pro Noob and Nianfo will have now that he got disconnected there at that stage?
You know, I think everyone's prone to a little bit of tilt. And when your connection is just not settling down and you lose a game because of ping issues more than anything, I mean, it really gets to you psychologically. And it's a mark of a good player, of a great player, to be able to shake that off, come back and go in. And thankfully, with this being a, best of 7, there's a lot of time for the guys to come back, get into the game, just shake it off a little bit and play. But against really good opponents like this, any sort of mental block can really actually lead to a snowball effect. And that's where the momentum that all the pro players talk about is that mental block goes more and more. And then you start going for risky plays. You start going for stupid plays. You start trying to carry the game on your own instead of relying on your teammates. And it really can make a massive difference if you don't shake it off.
Exactly. I've heard some of the other courses at one stage talked about big match temperament. And I think that's exactly what you are currently talking about, is that big match temperament. So let's see, how will they implement this? Will they be able to come back and, just be strong with this and say, listen, we don't really care much about what happened. That was game 1. We are going to take game 2, game 3, game 4 up into the next stuff as it happens. And I'm curious to see, is the lobby up yet? Let's see. No,
it's not up yet. We have got a message from Nianfo. He's just going to restart his PC and his router. And then if he's not able to actually sort that out, then he's going to try to find a sub. I mean, Elf, maybe you must just jump in there and show off a little bit and show your styles. I just don't want to embarrass myself. But you've gotten to cast all of these guys. You must have at some stage gone, man, whenever I watch Rocket League, I want to play it so badly. The worst thing I can do is put onto my tablet and stream a little bit of Rocket League, because there I sit awake for the next 2 hours going, I just want to play. I just want to play now. Man, that looks cool.
Indeed. And especially after getting that play of watching streams and watching the pros play, you always feel like, yeah, man, I can do this stuff as well. And you hop on and you try and you're just like, oh, no, I need more practice. And I think these players are really putting in the hours, and like the shot coming from NoClip definitely shows that these guys are definitely the guys you're watching and you're like, yeah, I want to play like that one day.
Yeah, my dream is to one day be able to do an aerial goal, off the walls like that. That's just that's beautiful to watch, and that should go in a montage kind of thing. It would be nice to actually get some of the top clips from the Rocket League Xpress 6-man tournaments, put them together and make, every couple of months a new montage. And definitely if there was ever a goal to go into it, that would be it.
Yeah, exactly. And that is definitely montage worthy. And still wondering, lobby not up yet, as we have players waiting, and I'm waiting. I'm just want to get back into this casting, man. These players are so amazing. And I mean, this is what, a best of 7. Game 1 has just been played, so I'm quite curious. And there we have lobbies up once again, and I'm quite curious. Nianfo being back with much better ping this time round.
Oh, that ping is brilliant, and I'm excited to see that. So we're going into this 1 game up for the side of Biltong. Your team takes the lead, and we'll just blame it on my caster's curse. My caster's curse is that powerful that it can actually destroy the internet of Nianfo.
The internet of Nianfo. NoClip takes a shot and hits the side post, with Nianfo coming through, getting it clear off, and now he's on the wall. He chips it back to the wall as Arson now picks it up, throws it down to the ground. Magoo this time puts it into the wall, but this time it goes center. Lazy has taken a shot, but then again touched by Magoo to the other side of the field, as the pace of this game has just started to pick up so fast.
Yeah, you can see these guys just relying on those 1-2 touches. Even if they can't get a good shot, it's about denying that space to the other team and getting really nice hits here. Oh, Nianfo off the wall, comes down, puts a cracker of a shot and accidentally bounces over the goals, just hitting the crossbar there. Have you been giving him any lessons or something?
Oh, it's Lazy. He just scored, and as I wanted to answer you, Lazy comes and scored a brilliant shot there. He definitely didn't take my lessons, this Lazy, but so as he puts it in. And actually, no, I have not given any crossbar lessons to anybody, but maybe just a bit of influence rubbing off. I mean, I am the crossbar king of South Africa.
Well, you did play a match with him last night, so maybe he's just trying to be more like you. As the game slows down a little bit, Nianfo actually just lying on his back there, waiting for stuff to happen. Now the ball goes down. Not very much ping pong going on between these two teams. They've got a really nice bit of possession where, oh, we see a bump coming out from NoClip and a ball goes in. Lazy following up. Nice bit of awareness there by NoClip after he misses the ball there. He drops it down into a safe position and knocks the keeper who had the chance to clear it out and gives a wide open goal for Lazy to pop it in there with 2 goals now going up for the side of Biltong.
Indeed, and definitely the kick there from NoClip, getting that quick recovery after the miss and then just hitting the goalie away, definitely was the reason for that goal. And now we see NoClip being up for the shot, but that's been blocked by the defense of Droëwors, and the big shot coming in, hits the side. But nothing happens there as Nianfo tries to get the ball centered to Pro Noob, who was just out of position there as Lazy throws his cracker of a long ball. Double commitment. NoClip hits the crossbar, but it bounces in at the end. That's the 3rd goal for Team Biltong in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, he even goes with the upside down shot there to make it classy. Really nice play there by NoClip, reading that bounce perfectly, and just one mistake, one little failed clear there where it just doesn't go to the side like you want it to, and it sets it up into the open, especially when you don't have the perfect rotations that you need. That comes with these sort of randomized 6-man games. So Biltong really starting to be a little bit dominating, taking that first game 6-2 I think, and now 3-0 in this second game.
Yeah, 3-0 in the second game, and halftime is just a bit past, or not even past yet, it's almost past. It's 10 seconds before halftime in this game, and definitely look dominating. I mean, if they can keep up the pressure, they'll have another 6-2 game here.
That involves Droëwors actually scoring 2 goals. Nianfo putting a couple of nice balls to center. Arson now pushes it upfield. Lazy meets it on the wall, actually misses as it drops down in front of the goals. Arson puts it down under the last defender. Really nice play there. Lazy just misjudging it off that corner. I mean, we've all done it, and no one's there to follow up there. NoClip tries to get up into the air and ends up just doing a back roll as Arson puts it underneath them. Great placement for the side of Droëwors to make their comeback.
Not really sure what Mr. NoClip was doing at that stage. I accidentally saw him just standing in net, just waiting for the ball to come his way, and then he had nothing to do there at the end. Oh, Lazy will put this in with a bicycle kick. He was just in the right time at the right place after this pass of him. Got touched and he hit Nianfo away, and then he just backflipped it in. It's just like, it was a beautiful scenery for that day for Mr. Lazy.
Man, Lazy must have just landed on his wheel, seen where the ball gone and gone, okay, Merry Christmas to me, I guess. And just all he had to do was reverse and put it in with no one there. But it does mean that there is another 3-goal lead as Nianfo puts a cracker of a shot top right hand corner as the skull comes out and meets it.
Oh, Magoo trying to get the dunks, but the dunks goes wrong, and Nianfo manages to pick that up. Beautiful shot from a long distance, and no goalkeeper at all, as all of the side of Biltong was busy on the offense there. And now we see this ball gonna go towards the side of Droëwors, but dealt with once again in the midfield. Nianfo being up on the wall, he will try to get this ball cleared. Oh, he catches it and takes it to the opposite side that both myself and the other team was expecting, I'm sure.
Yes, Magoo went all the way for that, thinking he was coming down and trying for the dunk, and Nianfo saw him coming in, managed to trap it, puts a long shot on. Lazy puts it up. It's a very high ball though for anyone from the side No one from the side of Droëwors is going up. NoClip tries, gets it off the wall, reads it off his own pass and puts it back into the center. What an amazing read by him.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head and I'm like, wow, can this get any better? NoClip showing off what he has to show off during these 2 games so far, and this can only get better from here on out.
As we see now, Magoo getting up for some aerial play there. Nianfo flies in from the side to get up there and just shut it down into the corner. We see a nice shot to the corner. Pro Noob makes no mistake, pinches it up, and Lazy puts it back in. Nianfo tries to get it out, but it hits the sidebar. Oh, there's your 6-2 scoreline that you were talking about.
The only thing about this 6-2 is there's still a minute left to play. So yeah, I'm quite intrigued. What will the end scoreline be, as we won't have a Brazil since they already have 2 goals, but maybe looking for the double Brazil?
The double Brazil, man, they're going to have to work hard in the last minute to pull off, what, another 8 goals? But it's not impossible. Pro Noob now getting it out, and it just seems that Droëwors is getting a little stuck into their own side and not making really good connections. Or when they do get up, they're kind of diving for 50-50 balls that aren't working out in their favor and just trapping themselves in the other team's net.
For sure. Now we have Arson throwing this ball all the way to the other side of the field corner, and a double commitment coming there from Biltong. But I'm quite curious to see what they're going to do with this, as there's a shot just wide, and now Lazy is going to try to do something here. No, he leaves it for Pro Noob to continue with the ball.
I see they dedicate 2 there, Magoo and NoClip both going up for that. NoClip trying to get up for the cherry picker, isn't able to find it though, and Pro Noob puts it into the center now. Arson is there to clear it up, and it seems like we might actually just end up with this 6-2. Wait for the caster's curse to kick in though, because we've got 3 more seconds, and the ball is going in.
1 more second.
Lazy pops it up into the center, Nianfo clears it to the side, and Magoo is not able to get off the wall. So 2 games in a row, 6-2 to the side of Biltong.
Biltong definitely showing that they are definitely worth the team here, and Nianfo not having any ping problems this time around. But as it comes again, I'm sticking to my team of Biltong. Do you have any, I won't say favorites, but what do you think about this players at this stage? Any current MVPs is the word I was looking for.
I don't know if it's because, you see, Lazy scored a lot of goals, but to me, it's got to be the way that NoClip has scored his. Oh, the beauty, the majesty that has come out with those shots has just been so fantastic, and getting to watch those is a privilege. So, points-wise, Lazy but is just doing really well, but NoClip is making my heart happy.
Indeed. I'm totally agreeing with you on that stage, but as I said, there is also still a lot more games to go. This is the best of 7, 2 games down, and now let's see if Droëwors can come back. It has happened before.
Elf, what do they need to do? What does Droëwors need to just get their heads together and go, right, this is where we're falling short, this is how we fix it?
They can work on a bit of more rotation, maybe just, since they've never played together, I think they might just have tried to get the comms going a bit more, saying I've got this ball, or oh, Lazy feathering the boost just enough to get a touch there to the side, throwing it to Nianfo's left. I think that was behind him. So difficult to save that. Brilliant shot coming in from Lazy.
Man, that Mantis, I've never played with it before, but that thing looks like it has a truck face that he managed to hit that so hard off. You know, a nice feathering boost. The problem that you often have with that is that you don't end up with the power that you need. But he hit that thing so squarely, pushes it in 83 k's an hour into that top goal. No one was able to save it because he just hit it so beautifully.
Indeed, and that's actually the Proteus he's playing with, if I'm not mistaken. It is the Proteus. And now we see Nianfo trying to take this ball to the side, but quickly dealt with by the team of Biltong, as they are now going for the pass back. But NoClip being so far away, not being able to pick it up. But he is on the wall. Nianfo is with them, but Lazy. But he's now Crapper Pride in chat, please, is his next choice of name for this round.
make it sound like he changes it every round, and just what's happening at this game, and you know, psychologically smack talking the opponents by changing his name every so often now.
Oh, what a shot, but just wide. Nianfo is there to defend, and he gets the pinch off. NoClip is going to go into the air for this. Will we see some NoClip power coming through again? But Nianfo dealt with it as he puts it to the side, cleared it lazy, but putting it center and going for the ball once again. And a little bit of misplay there as Pro Noob also misses the ball. Nianfo accidentally puts it over, and Magoo, oh, he puts it on the person. Nianfo comes through, actually scores it.
Nianfo was the one there on the side as well. As he was flipping, he managed to get under it. That set that up in the beginning. Magoo puts the shot, and then Nianfo just he's having such a hard time with the Droëwors side that he's just going to try to play for the Biltong side, it seems.
It seems so. As Magoo tries to throw this one up into this corner, he gets a nice pass into the center field, but NoClip putting it over to the next corner that is available for him.
Something I've never noticed before is the colors, like the ring that comes up on the side of the field. It's something you don't see when playing, but as the ball gets closer, it goes up there, and it makes a lovely little drop shot, like as we're seeing shot after shot coming in here. Is it still not going in? And it finally does. Lazy again getting himself on the scoreboard after the, what, 4-5 saves there?
Well, I'd say the goalposts and the crossbar was the top goalkeeper during that onslaught.
Jeez, I mean, as a defensive side, it just puts you under so much pressure, and you're just desperately trying to dive up and down. Great save by Arson coming out there. Nice little touchdown. 1-2 playing here by the side of Biltong, but they actually end up putting it back towards their own nets as Arson picks up this goal.
NoClip puts it back towards his team to pass, and then he managed to put it into his own net. I'm just gonna call they're setting up a Brazil here.
Yeah. Well, they're 3-1. They're halfway towards their their previous 2 scores. So, and we're just past the halfway now. So, if we double this, we end up with the 3 games in a row with the 6-2 scoreline. But I certainly think that Droëwors at this stage wants to, you know, put it back, get a couple more goals, and get themselves on the winning streak.
Indeed, what a pass coming from Magoo to Lazy to Magoo, and he puts it in over the keeper. Nothing they can do between this passing play. Look at this brilliance. Magoo off the wall, then back to Lazy, and then to Magoo. Brilliantly done.
Exceptional bit of play there. They pushed all 3 up, and they just had such confidence in each other that they went, you know what, if we miss this, that could be a very easy goal the other way. But instead, they make no mistake, make sure that they get that shot in. And after such an amount of chemistry coming out from this side, after never playing together before, really.
That's us. Now we see Lazy trying to do something here, but not really being able to read it well. But Magoo tries to go for the shot, but Nianfo is there. Well, that chat is doing the best they can to meme me once again, as it is Magoo coming in with a brilliant cracker of his shot. Just goes down. Arson not being able to read the bounce. That bounce shot is probably one of the worst shots to defend as a goalkeeper.
Certainly, it's almost impossible to predict those, and you just try to jump yourself up. And I'm seeing 5-1. We've still got a minute and a half left. Is this going to the Brazil? Is this going to the 6-2? But Biltong certainly looking incredibly dominant in this match.
I'm not mistaken, but you have to win 4 games to win this best of 7, and they already have won 2 games. This is looking promising for a 3rd, and then they only need 1 more. Do you think Droëwors has in them to come back?
Honestly, I don't think it's got anything to do with Droëwors. Droëwors is trying as hard as they can to make this happen, but with the sort of passing plays that is coming out from these guys, how do you defend against that? How do you get yourself as a team to just be like, no, okay, guys, just play better and shut down the incredibly well-coordinated team plays.
Try to get that well-coordinated team plays yourself. That's the
You
only
always try.
explanation I can get up at this stage. So let's see what's going to happen here. As now it looks like Arson taking the ball onto the offensive side for one of the first times this match, except for the one goal scored by the side of Biltong. But let's see. I think Biltong actually scored all the goals during the course of this game.
Yeah, actually they did, having pushed it back to themselves. Nianfo pushes it into the center. NoClip is there, so it seems like we won't get our typical 6-2. This time, 5-1 to the side of Biltong. 3 games in a row. Oh, man. Nianfo, you're looking like you're 0 out of 4 there, friend. And this is really, he's trying hard. He's got those 4 saves on him. See, his ping's a little bit dangerous again, but seems to be pretty stable. And now Biltong, 1 game away from victory in this best of 7.
1 game away from victory. Oh, that is the big thing. We can end this here after 1 more game. Or if they manage to get a comeback, will we see a reverse sweep coming up?
I hope we go to game 7. I want Droëwors to win the next 3, not because I was cheering for them from the beginning, but because I'm enjoying this Rocket League so much. I'm enjoying watching the guys play so well together. Biltong's cohesion is just fantastic, and I want to see as many games of that as I possibly can.
Yeah, they're exceptional, especially the plays between Magoo and NoClip, but we've seen some amazing plays from Lazy as well. I mean, that passing play between Magoo and Lazy earlier, I think that was goal number 4 there. That was so amazing. The pro noob that was goalkeeper at that stage, and he was just looking at this and he's like, I'm just gonna dive this, boys. I've got no idea what I'm doing.
So we're jumping back into our potentially last game here, if Biltong manages to take this back. And certainly I think there's going to be a lot more defensive play from the side. As I say that, oh, Arson not able to get out there. Magoo with a great shot from very early in the game, reads the bounce nicely, gets up and gets a nice little shot there. Arson maybe trying to go for boost or something, that's such a nice shot. And instead, 5 seconds in, Biltong already looking to stamp their authority on this game.
So let's quickly see. What were you saying about defense here? Which team? The Caster's Curse clubbed you again.
I think it's just a case of Droëwors is not being able to shut down the ball before it gets in for that shot. They're not being able to shut it down at halfway, keep pressure on the side of Biltong. They're just trying to make clears from their back line. They're trying to make saves instead, and there, NoClip puts it into the top corner after a pretty unsuccessful clear there by Pro Noob. Isn't able to get it far enough away. NoClip reads it perfectly and puts an upper 90 shot that Nianfo cannot get up to.
Unfortunately, but nonetheless, great shot from NoClip. Let's see what's going to happen here, as it is 2-0, and not even a minute has been past.
Yeah, for getting a nice touch back now. Arson pops it back, actually trying to get a pass out there, but Pro Noob was all the way up now, and nice rotations by the side of Droëwors means that they've got back, but they've got 2 on the wall. Nianfo's left to go try and attack this, and he's going to have to try and make a long dribbling play. Gets it up, gets it over Magoo, manages to maintain control, gets it around Lazy. He has to now get through NoClip and Lazy though, and is unable to do it. Passes off to the backboard there, and just no offensive shots really coming in from the side of Droëwors.
Droëwors trying their best to build up the offensive play. They are there, they are in the danger zone, but they're just not able to put that shot on net and make it count. As we can see, that's what the team of Biltong is doing. Every time they get close, it's either on net or close enough on net to force your opponent to make a mistake.
And those mistakes, when you're having this much pressure against you, can come out so easily. I mean, there, Arson getting up into the corner. Lazy's there to shut him down and just make sure he can't get the clear. Nianfo does really well on the wall to get it up. Manages to beat out Magoo and NoClip there, and loses it in the corner. Arson's there to challenge and actually gets it up. Nianfo's there, puts it into the center. The ball's rolling easily in front of net. No one's there quickly enough, and they let the ball go down.
Unfortunate time of events here for the side of Droëwors. It feels like Arson and ProNoob is trying to play a lot of defense at this stage when Nianfo tries to pressure, and it seems like that they're keeping back so much that there's just no one there to finish whenever the ball is in the danger zone.
Biltong's kept up such a high rate of play in this game, in all the games in fact, that it seems like they're able to just transition so quickly from attack to defense and back that, like, even now they were just there. Nianfo dribbled that all the way from his own side and he still faces 3 members of the Biltong side.
That's indeed so, and we saw a little bit of a wall ceiling play there from Magoo as he passed that ball center, but now we have Lazy getting the ball to the side of the field. What will Droëwors do? Will they be able to get the defense? And what a shot coming from Magoo, but ProNoob gets in the way. This is a bit more closer than the previous games. We saw 2-0 is the scoreline now, 1 minute 40 remaining. Will they be able to get a goal here?
It's impressing me how dangerous these Biltong players are looking when they're on the opposite side of the net and they need to curve, hit it back towards the net for a shot. And they're able to do it so successfully. Now NoClip takes it up on his own net, gets it into the air, bounces it off the roof, passes it down to Lazy. Lazy gets a chip up, Nianfo's there to shut it down, but Magoo, actually thinking that the other player was going to hit it, just leaves it to the side. And now, finally, Droëwors coming in with an attack. ProNoob doesn't manage to get it down, manages to get a nice dunk though as Lazy puts it to the side, but Droëwors looking to fight for this last game.
Definitely looking to get a goal here. 50 seconds remaining, less than a minute to do something. They need to score 2 goals, but Lazy's having none of this as he puts the ball out far side. He puts it back center. This is a bit high. I do not think NoClip will be able to get that, but nonetheless he did his best to try. Nianfo and Arson now going to try to do something here. Nianfo with a little chip to the center. There's no one in net. ProNoob is there, but he's not going to make it. And that's a goal for Lazy, putting the nails in the coffin here.
And that's where this Droëwors side has just struggled all night, is not being able to clear it out, putting it into a dangerous position and not shutting it out of their half completely means that 1 attack becomes 2 attacks, becomes 8 attacks by the side of Biltong, and eventually they get their man.
Just so 30 seconds remaining. They basically need to score a goal every 10 seconds now. And with 5 seconds of that 10 seconds already gone, it's difficult to see the team of Droëwors coming back and winning or having any chance at reverse sweeping this at this stage.
And as you say that, Magoo actually puts in another goal. 4 goals now for the side of Biltong. Really good performance by them. This is what I was talking about. Managing to read that ball so well that he can drive past it, get his flick in the last possible second, down, gets his nose on it and puts it in from more than a 90-degree angle.
Just so 10 seconds remaining in this game. The ProNoob having a little bit of clear there. Magoo and then will try to look at another goal, but Lazy not being able to help at that out at all. Biltong with the win. A 4-0 sweep, and I believe this is also the first time that a 4-0 sweep has happened during any 6-mans.
Well played to Biltong. That's all I can say though. It's just they came together so well. They played really good Rocket League, and Droëwors tried, and they could not get that team mentality to mesh. And we saw there a couple of towards the end there, they were going up for a couple of 2-man attacks or 2 men going for the same clear, and it just left them a man short when Biltong managed to shut and can reverse that pressure straight back onto them. So really well played by Biltong. Do we have a man of the match?
I haven't really seen a man of the match here in chat, unless I say there's someone voting for Cool Guy. And if you guys do not know who Cool Guy is, he is one of the owners and starters of RLX. So I doubt he played. I doubt he can be voted as man of the match, but nonetheless, that's cool. Let's see. Do you think
my votes are NoClip, or Lazy? Lazy putting in a huge number of goals, NoClip putting in some phenomenally exciting goals. So who do you think should get today's man of the match?
Even though Chad is spamming cool guy, I'll go with. Can I get a drum roll, please?
I don't know how well that came out, but drum roll.
It's Lazy.
It's Lazy. So let's get Lazy in here. Get a nice bit of a nice interview with him going. And if you guys have any questions that you want us to ask him, please let us know in the chat there. But I'm gonna pull him into the chat.
Let's do that. Lazy, where are you? Lazy, is he here around?
Lazy, you have been chosen as our man of the match. Incredible amount to play. The first 4-0 sweep out of any of our 6-mans. How do you feel?
I feel great. My 2 teammates, thanks to them as well. Obviously, it's not just me. They helped tremendously in our victory there. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a lag issue in the first game. I think we kind of shook it off and did pretty well, yeah. Pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I was quite intrigued by you guys' play. NoClip was amazing in the air tonight. Any thoughts of playing with him while he was being so hot on the ball and doing all these aerial flips and so forth?
Well, see, NoClip likes ball control a lot, so kind of just let him do his thing. He just passes the ball around. He likes moving the ball around quite a bit, so we let him do his thing, and we just kind of, me and Magoo just try to clean up for him. But clearly, he was our playmaker of the game tonight, and he deserved it, actually, yeah.
I have to say, you guys, having never really played that much together, certainly not in a competitive environment that I've seen. I mean, you guys might play together in a couple of quick matches and stuff, but you guys seem to come out of nowhere and have the most amazing chemistry. How did you come, and what did you say at the beginning that allowed you guys to just maneuver so well? I mean, in that third game, you had the most amazing pass play where Magoo hit it to you in the center, you dropped it back down to him, and he popped it over the last keeper. Phenomenal play. How do you get such good chemistry so quickly?
It's more trust in your teammates at the end of the day. Like, we just made good calls. I just told him pass me, then I told him pass back, and he kind of just followed up to each other. I think that's very important, even if you're not playing with people you don't know. Like, I think it's my first time playing with Magoo. I have played with NoClip a bit. But yeah, you just need basically trust in your teammates, and that's all you need to have. If you're going to be a ball chaser and move around doing your own thing, you're not going to achieve the whole form of the game, which is a 3v3, a team-based game at the end of the day.
So that said, how was comms like? Was comms a bit rattled at times, or was it quite like flowing the whole time?
It was a lot of I'm lagging and a lot of I have no boost. literally that was half of our comm. NoClip was lagging a bit. Magoo didn't have boost. I didn't have boost. But it was very, I don't know, not very ecstatic. It was pretty quiet and chill. Like, we had a very fun, chilled round to play with, and it was quite enjoyable as well.
Okay.
Brilliant, Lazy. It has been an absolute pleasure for having you here tonight. Your team did exceptionally well. I'm sure all the fans really enjoyed watching just the style that you guys to play with, and you put in a total of something like 10 goals, 12 goals.
Did I?
Yeah,
well, that's amazing.
You were literally putting in 2 or 3 goals per match, so really well played to you. Any last words for anyone?
I think, Lazy, just before you answer that, I think if you do make your answer, and then the community has a few questions for you on the stream, so I'm going to read 2 of them, and you're going to answer 2 of them, and I'll choose my 2, and I think Aldrin can choose his 2. So there's 4 more questions coming up.
I don't have the chat up. I don't have the chat. You choose.
Okay, I'll make my choices here. So before you have your last words, I'm just going to say there's a question from, let's see, Tim the Ninja. He's asking, what are your thoughts on the Scarab? Since you play with the Proteas, and you are known in the community to play with random cars, like everybody prefers Octane or Dominus, or the meta cars, if I can say it. But you come out and you play with Proteas, or you play with Scarab, or whatever other car you're able to play with.
Car. First of all, the person asking Scarab, Scarab was the one I used before the Proteas. Scarab is very, very, very good. It kind of confuses your opponent because you can't see whether have the front or the back of the car. It's a ball hitting another ball, guys. Come on. Like really, that's all you need to know. As for the car I use, many people prefer to just use what team uses at the end of the day. You know, like people go watch RLCS or all the pro players and they see, oh, Octane is the best, and it's really not about that. Like if a car is good to you, it is. For me, I didn't pick up the Proteus just to be different, to be honest with you. It was just a car that worked for me from the beginning, and I kind of just went with it. That was my whole idea for it, and I've been using it ever since.
That's amazing.
Basically, that's my idea for it. Yeah.
That's amazing, having the car that just works for you and going with it. Okay, so
I was shocked as well.
one more question from Bionet here. He's asking, how easy was it to carry?
How easy was it to carry? I tried. You know, I really tried. You know, I tried to give my two worthless teammates some time to have their shine, but I'm just kidding. No, no. I may have the ones that probably have the most goals in there, but I wouldn't be able to done it without Magoo and NoClip doing their whole little crazy stints of moving the ball around for me. It just made me easier to score. So actually, props to them than to me. I was just kind of the cleanup guy on the aisle. I was just trying to help out.
Sweet. I'm glad about all this, and thanks for being here. And any last words before you go and, I don't know, celebrate your victory? Pop a bottle of champagne or try to open it, as I see the Dota guys.
I hope I got my Kappa Prides in chat. You know, I was trying to play with chat. I hope I got my Kappa Prides. Unfortunately, I didn't have the last hashtag. I wanted to say where please say nice things to me. It didn't go through. Kind of game just started, so my bad on that. But you know, like, thanks for everyone here. Thank you to the RLX people for hosting this kind of stuff. It's actually quite nice. You know, you get to meet new people. You know, get to socialize, get to play with different people. It's actually a very nice experience. So, and thank you guys for casting as well. You know, Alt. You know, I think it was on short notice that you came in as well. So thanks for that as well, I guess.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, and Elf, always the caster, always the man. Hope you weren't muted this time as well.
Never.
We're good.
We're good.
But yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem, and congratulations once again on your team's victory.
Thanks a lot. Had fun.
Cheers, man.
Cool, cheers.
Cheers.
Well, there we have
So, guys, go for it.
Oh, Mr. Alt. So yeah, there we have it. That was lazy from your winning team. And Alt, anything you wanted to add to that?
Guys, if you want to be involved in one of these games, head along to the Rocket League Xpress website. Join us on the Discord. If you just type in Discord, I think, or one of the things. There we go. It's been posted in chat right now. Discord, join us there. Sign up for one of these tournaments. Come tune in. Like, it's just a bunch of fun. And definitely head along to Rocket League Xpress if you want to check out their site. They've got a great thing. They host tournaments all the time. Can keep up to date, find all the VODs that you want to look at. And definitely follow Elf on all the social media. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got a Twitter page, Twitter handle, something. And myself as well. I've been Ultrism, and we just love bringing you all these games. So make sure you stay up to date with everything that we're doing in the Rocket League world.
And a shout out to RLX once again for hosting this event for us to cast. And please do not only subscribe to me and Alt, subscribe to RLX YouTube channel and hit that notification bell button so you get notified whenever these guys go live. It won't always be myself streaming, so let's gonna see what's gonna happen with them, how are they gonna grow, and how are we gonna grow the community further. Thanks again for watching, guys. That's me logging off. Alt, any last words from your side?
Always a pleasure, guys. We hope to see you around in one of the next tournaments. Bye.
Cheers, guys.